Namaste, bienvenida a esta sesión increíble con Luly, mi terapeuta de yoga para el core y el suelo pélvico. Disfrútala y nos vemos en el mat.
Hi, I'm Luly. I'm a physical therapist with painless pregnancy, and I specialize in pregnant and postpartum care. Today, we are going to learn how to properly activate your pelvic floor muscles. In order to be able to activate the pelvic floor muscles properly, you need to connect with your breath. So, to do that, Vanessa's going to demonstrate as I go through the cues. First, you're going to take a nice deep breath in. As you inhale, you should feel your ribs opening up like an umbrella. They should open up to the side, to the front, to the back, and your breath comes down into your belly. You relax your belly, and you should feel your breath come all the way down into your pelvic floor. Then, as you exhale, you want to contract your pelvic floor muscles, hug your baby, and close up those ribs. Good. We're going to take one more deep breath in. She's going to expand her rib cage, soften her belly, and relax her pelvic floor muscles. As she exhales, she's going to tighten her pelvic floor muscles, almost like if she's picking up a blueberry with her lips. She's going to hug the baby nice and tight, and she's going to close up those ribs. One more time, deep breath in, expand the ribs, soften the belly, and relax the pelvic floor. Then start contracting the pelvic floor, hug your baby nice and tight, and zip up those ribs. So whenever we're doing any movement or exercise, you want to connect to your breath in this way. Your pelvic floor should work as a unit, okay? So now we're going to move on to some more complex movements here. Just keep in mind, as you're doing these movements, you want to keep that connection with your breath and your pelvic floor. So as you inhale, you're relaxing, and as you exhale, you're contracting. Okay, so to start now, we're going to do some pelvic tilts. What you're going to do is, sitting on the ball, you're going to bring your pelvis forward, almost like as if you were a dog, tucking your tail in between your legs. So go ahead and tuck your pelvis under. So that was sticking your butt out. Yeah. So you want to tuck it in as much as you can. And as you tuck it in, you're going to hug your belly. So you're going to exhale, hug your baby, and tuck your pelvis under. And then inhale and arch it out. Good. And then exhale and hug the baby, tuck your pelvis under. Good. And inhale and relax. We're going to go through 3 or 4 pelvic tilts. So tuck under and arch out, and tuck under and arch out. Good. Next, we're going to go side to side. So you're just going to move your hips side to side, almost like if you're dancing. You're going to lift up one hip bone and then lift up the other hip bone, and lift up one hip bone and then the other hip bone. So your movement should come from your hips, not your legs. So Vanessa, show them with your legs to show for an example. So if you're moving your legs, your ball is going to move a lot, and you're doing a very side to side movement. When you're isolating the hips, all you're doing, it's a smaller movement, and you're just kind of tilting your hips up and down. What this does is it really helps massage and relax the pelvic floor. It's very important that our pelvic floor is able to relax just as much as it is able to contract. The next thing we're going to do is hip circles. So you're going to start clockwise, moving your hips around. Good. And remember, here, connecting with your breath. You're going to inhale as you roll back, and exhale as you come into that pelvic tilt, hugging your baby. Inhale, roll back. Exhale, hug your baby. And now we can go the other direction. Remember, inhale, roll back, and exhale and hug your baby. Good. So this is a very nice warm-up. You're connecting with your breath, you're relaxing your pelvic floor, you're increasing the awareness of the muscles that you have down there that are often neglected. So once you feel nice and warm and comfortable, the next thing I like to do is little bounces. So you can bring your feet a little bit closer together on the ball, and you're just gonna bounce up and down a little bit, turning on those thighs, turning on your glutes, waking everything up a little bit. Just bounce, and you can bounce side to side, whatever feels comfortable for you here. Just waking everything up. Feeling good?
This is fun.
Yes, exercise has to be fun. We can't be miserable all the time. All right. Okay. So from here, we're going to move into some squats using the ball as assistance. So remember, whenever we are making an effort, we want to make sure we exhale. So you're going to use that same bounce that you were just doing, and when you come up, you're going to actually lift up a little bit higher and use your legs to support yourself off the ball. So your hands can stay either on your knees for support or your hips, wherever you feel more comfortable. Okay. So we're going to take a nice deep breath in, relax all the muscles, and then as you exhale, you're going to push down through your heels and come up from the ball and then come back down. And then again, inhale, exhale, come up, inhale, come down, exhale, come up, inhale, come down. Good. Exhale, come up, inhale, come down. Good. Remember, as you're exhaling and coming up, you're activating that pelvic floor, you're hugging that baby, and you're inhaling and coming down. Good. On the next one, you're going to stay up and stay standing, and I want you to hold this squat position. When we're in this squat position, it is such a good exercise. You're strengthening your legs, you're hugging your baby tight, you're activating your pelvic floor. You want to make sure that you keep nice neutral position when you're doing these exercises. All right, go ahead and stand up all the way up. Good. All right, so you can shake it out a little bit. Are you warm? Are you okay? Okay. So the next exercise that we're going to do is just some free squats, and we're going to do some side steps. Our core is very connected to our pelvis. Our pelvic floor muscles connect to our hips. So during pregnancy, as your hips expand, you need to keep the stability of those hip muscles. And that is what we're going to demonstrate now. Okay? All right, so we're going to start with just a mini squat. Bring your feet closer together so they're about hip distance apart or a little wider, whatever is more comfortable for you. You're going to take a deep breath in. You're going to exhale, and you're going to squat down, bringing your butt back. Your knees should stay behind your toes. Good. And then you're going to exhale and stand up. Good. One more time. We're going to inhale and lower, and exhale and stand back up. On this squat, you're going to stay down. So you're going to inhale, lower, stay low, keep that core nice and activated. And what you're going to do is you're going to take a side step. So take one step together, two steps together. Now we're going to come the other way. One step together, two steps together. You're going to keep coming back and forth, step together, keeping your core engaged, your knees nice and soft, and your butt sticking out. We're putting all these movements together, strengthening in a nice functional way. Good. You got two more for me, Vanessa? Good. Last one, and stand on up. Good job. How are you feeling?
Nice and warm.
Nice and warm. Okay. Our next exercise that we're going to do is just going to isolate that hip muscle without doing any squats or anything like this. So you're going to start standing with your feet together. If you have a block, you can stand up on it. If you don't have your lovely, handy physical therapist next to you, I suggest standing next to a wall for support just in case you lose balance. What you're going to do here is you're going to let your hip drop down, and then you're going to engage your butt muscle here and stand back up. Good. And drop the hip down and squeeze. As she's doing this, she's not going to forget about her pelvic floor or her core. Every time she drops, she's relaxing. When she contracts, she's hugging that baby, and engaging the pelvic floor. Good, and you can really see how these work because Vanessa's starting to shake a little bit. We'll do one more. Good, and then she'll come on down and we're gonna switch sides. Are you okay?
Yes.
All right.
It's very deep.
It is, and it really isolates those muscles that connect to your pelvic floor and give you the stability that you need. Ready? Drop down that hip and squeeze. Use your glute muscles. Good. See, this is why you need your wall or your therapist to hold your hand. And drop and squeeze. Good. If you want to isolate a little bit more, try not to bend your knee and just drop the hip without bending your knee. Good. One more. Good. And come on down. Awesome. All right. So I'm going to get this block out of the way. We don't fall. All right. Whoops. Our next exercise that we're going to do in standing, and our last one for this standing sequence, is a deadlift. So what we're doing is it's going to strengthen your hamstrings, your glutes, and it also gives you a little bit of a stretch of your pelvic floor as you're doing this exercise. Also, when you're bending forward, you get some weight off of your belly, which feels so good. So I'm going to have you stand sideways just so they can get a better view. All right, what you're going to do is you're going to take your nice deep breath in and then exhale, engage that core. Hug your baby tight just to get ready. Good. Don't forget, when you're doing this exercise, you want to do this every time you're making effort. So you're going to take a nice deep breath in. You're going to bend forward with your back straight and sticking your glutes out. When you come here, you should feel a nice stretch into the back of your legs and pelvis. Now you're going to inhale, hug your baby, and stand on up, squeezing your glutes right back up into standing. Good. And then you're going to bend forward again.
And bend forward in the inhale?
Bend forward as you inhale and exhale as you stand. So inhale and then exhale. Squeeze those glutes and come up. Good. One more time. Inhale, bend forward. You get a nice stretch of your pelvic floor every time you do these forward folds. And exhale, squeeze and lift. Good. One more time. Inhale. And exhale, squeeze, lift. Good job. Awesome. All right. Moving on to hands and knees.
Yep.
All right. So if your knees are sensitive or the floor is a little bit hard, you can always put a pillow or your yoga blanket under your knees for these exercises. So just depends on how you're feeling.
Yeah, you have to.
Okay, to start here, we're gonna start connecting with that breath again, okay? You're gonna take a nice deep breath in, relax your belly, exhale, contract, engage that pelvic floor, hug your baby tight. Good, one more time, inhale, let it relax, and exhale, contract the pelvic floor, hug your baby in tight, good. You want to maintain this contraction throughout movements. See how Vanessa's belly is lifted? Go ahead and relax it 1 second. That's relaxed and contract, and that's nice and contracted. As you're doing these exercises, it's very important that you keep your core and pelvic floor engaged throughout. We're going to start with arm lifts. So you're going to hold here. You're going to extend one arm out and bring it back down. Good. Extend the other arm out and bring it back down. Good. One more time each arm. Inhale as you extend. Exhale as you come together. Inhale as you extend. Exhale as you come together. Good. Now we're going to do the legs. So you're going to inhale and slide your foot back, keeping your foot on the ground though. Extend your leg. Good. And then exhale and bring it back together. And we're going to do the other side. Inhale, extend, exhale, bring your leg back together. One more time each leg. Inhale and exhale, hug that baby tight. Inhale, And exhale that baby tight. Good. If it's available for you, you can bring your leg up higher off of the floor, but that really depends on how stable you feel your hips are at this time, okay? The progression for this exercise is to move your arms and legs together. So as you inhale, you're gonna move your opposite reach with your right and left, and then exhale and come back together. And inhale and reach, and exhale and come back together. One more time on each side. Inhale and reach, exhale, come back together. Inhale and reach, and exhale and come back together. Awesome. Now you're gonna bring your legs a little bit wider, your toes together. We're gonna come into, we call them preacher rocks in therapy. You guys call them child's pose. So you're gonna rock back and stretch. Excellent. And now you're gonna come back up into hands and knees when you're ready. This position is so good to really relax and lengthen and stretch the pelvic floor. So as you're doing your exercises on hands and knees, coming into child's position is an excellent way to recover, give yourself a break before you move on to the next exercise. All right, next exercise from here, we call them fire hydrants. I'm sure they have a different name in yoga. You're gonna bring your knee out to the side, up, and come back down. The important thing to remember here is you only want to bring your leg as high as you can without moving your hips. So Vanessa, only to here, good, and come back down. When you bring your leg up higher, you're not using these hip muscles. So we want the pelvis nice and neutral, good. And you should feel it isolated right here. Excellent. Do two more. Last one. Good job. And then you'll do the other side to keep yourself balanced and even. Remember, anytime you feel like you need to shake it out, go ahead and do those pelvic tilts, pelvic circles, or come down into child's pose for a minute. Stretch it out, take a couple breaths. And whenever you're ready, come back up. You doing okay? All the pelvic stability today. Okay, to the other side, just so you can see another view, go ahead and bring this knee up and see how her pelvis stays nice and neutral, and come back down. Two more times actually. Lift and lower and lift and lower. Good job. All right, go ahead all the way down, rest onto your feet. Perfect. Okay, in this position, I'd like to do squats, kneeling squats. So what you're doing when you're doing your kneeling squat is you're hugging that baby tight, you're squeezing your glutes, and you're just coming up into a tall kneeling position. You're gonna inhale and you're gonna relax everything back down. And you can put your hands on your hips, open up on top of your head, whatever feels comfortable for you. So take a nice deep breath in just to get ready. Exhale. Engage that core and pelvic floor. Good. All right. So now you're going to inhale and lift up. And exhale and come down. Good. On your next lift, I don't want you to bring your hips quite so tucked under. You're just going to come so that they're even. You don't want to push them out forward. Okay? So next time, nice deep breath in. Now exhale. And come up into high kneeling. Good. Perfect. And now come back down. Again, come up into high kneeling, squeeze that pelvic floor, hug your baby, and come back down. One last time. Hug the baby and come back down. For an added challenge, you can add your arms into this. So as you come up, you're gonna lift your arms up in the air. Inhale, tighten, lift. Good. And good. And again, squeeze up, lift, hug that baby, and come back down. Good job. And those strengthens your glutes, your pelvic floor, your core, everything working together beautifully. We're gonna come down onto your side. So when you're moving down onto your side, I love how Vanessa did it. She didn't try to throw herself on her back and roll over. That just puts so much strain on your system. So you want to do exactly what she did. Come down onto your side and gently lower yourself, okay? From this position, you can find whatever position is comfortable for your head, so resting on your hand, or you can lay your head out flat. The important thing to know is that you want your hips stacked up on top of each other. So you don't want it rolling back, you don't want it rolling forward. You want to feel like one hip bone is directly on top of the other. Your knees are bent and your heels are in line with your bottom. From this position, what you're gonna do is take a deep breath in. As you exhale, you're separating your knees, keeping your feet together, and inhale and relax. Good. Very important. As you lift this knee, only lift it as high as you can without bringing your hips back, and come back down. So show me one wrong, Vanessa. So lift up that hip, that knee, roll back. See how your leg opens way high and you start rotating back? This isn't what we want. You're gonna come forward and you're just gonna lift. It's only about two inches that you're lifting. Good. And then come down. We're isolating these hip muscles here. And come down. 2 more here. Exhale and lift. Inhale and lower. Exhale and lift. Inhale and lower. Good. You're keeping your knees together, hips stacked. Now you're lifting the foot up in the air. So you're separating your feet as you exhale, and you're bringing them together as you inhale. Remember, don't forget about your pelvic floor and core with these movements. Good. And lower. Every time you exhale, you're activating that pelvic floor, activating that core, and lowering back down. 2 more here, and down. Last one, and down. We're going to extend your leg nice and straight, so your bottom leg stays bent. Sorry, Vanessa. Over here. And your top leg is straight. You're going to lift that leg up and lower it back down just till it's parallel to the floor. You're lifting and lowering. Every time you lift, you exhale, you activate that core. Sometimes you lose it, it's okay, just regroup and come back, okay? Exhale, lift. Inhale and lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Last one, exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Hold it there. Give me forward circles. Circle forward. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now circle back. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Go ahead, bend your knee, relax. If you need to give it a good stretch, hug it into your body, whatever you need to do to give yourself a minute to rest. Bang it out a little bit, some massage. All these exercises are built specifically to strengthen your pelvis and your pelvic floor. So if you haven't done these, they seem like very simple movements, but they're very intense. So take it one exercise at a time. Do as many as you can before you burn out. And if you can't do as many as we're doing here today, that's okay. You'll build up to it. All right, do you want to do the other side? You're like, no, but yes. So same thing, you want to set yourself up. And if you set yourself up on the edge of your mat, it gives you a really good form line. So make sure your heels are in line with your mat, your pelvis is in line with your mat, and your back is in line with your mat. You want to be in a straight line here. This arm can go wherever you want, more comfortable, sometimes on top of your leg or in front of the mat, just to lock those ribs in place works too. So, ready? Nice deep breath in and exhale. Engage that core. Get ready to work. Good. And now we're going to inhale, relax. Nope, not yet. Inhale, relax. And exhale and lift up that leg. Good. And inhale and relax. And exhale and lift. Inhale and relax. Exhale and lift. What is so amazing about these exercises is that we're working everything together. So it's not just your hip that's getting worked. It's your pelvic floor. It's your core. It's your rib cage. Your body's learning to work in sync. And lift. Good. 4 more, okay? Inhale and lower. And look, as she exhales, she hugs her baby tight. Good. Last one. Awesome job. Bring that leg down. And now we're separating the feet. Keep those knees together and your foot comes up as you exhale and lowers as you inhale. And lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower. Good. Awesome job. Almost there. If you lose the connection to your breath, don't worry. Take a pause, come back into it. Last one. Keeping your bottom knee bent, you're going to extend your top leg, pushing out through your heel. Keep those hips stacked on top of each other. Our tendency is to let our bodies roll back. Our body wants to do what's easy. And you're going to lift up as you exhale. Inhale and lower. And there's always going to be one side that feels a little bit easier than the other, and that's okay. We're working towards balance to our bodies, and sometimes it's a challenge. Just do what you can. And lift. And exhale and lift. Last one. Exhale and lift. Hold it here and give me forward circles. Nice, slow circles. The slower we work our muscles, the more muscle fibers we recruit, and the more we get out of our exercises. And now backward circle. And lower back down. Bring your knee into your chest, hug your booty. Give yourself a nice little stretch, some love. This is Vanessa's favorite part. All right. Now we're going to roll over onto your back and do some back exercises. Before you roll over onto your back, I want to teach you how to do this with engagement of your core and your pelvic floor. If you're having any issues with pain, this is an excellent way to move, especially in the middle of the night. So you want to take a deep breath in. As you exhale, you engage that core, that pelvic floor, and you want to move everything in unison. Your knees, your hips, and your shoulders all move together. Once you're here on your back, then you're going to, again, take a deep breath in. Exhale, tighten that core, pelvic floor, lift those hips up gently, and scoot yourself back over to your mat. And do this as many times as you need to get yourself back in position. By moving like this, we're eliminating the rotation and the stress that you can have on your pelvis. If you feel comfortable on your back, stay on your back. If you feel that you are getting short of breath at any time, you can put a couple of blankets under your chest here and shoulders just to lift yourself up a little bit higher. That's really up to how you're feeling, the size of your belly, and it can change from day to day. You're good here? Okay, so we're gonna give Vanessa a couple of blankets, so go ahead and roll over again. And this is awesome, you get to roll over a couple times. Is that good there? Yeah. Okay, so and come back down. When you're gonna roll over, you wanna roll like a log, knees, shoulders, hips, all together, okay? Feeling good? A good spot? Okay. Make the adjustments that you need to feel comfortable and supported on your back. We're going to start with breathing. So as you inhale, remember, we're opening up our rib cage like an umbrella. Our breath comes down into our belly. We're relaxing our pelvic floor. As we exhale, we're tightening the pelvic floor. We're hugging our baby. He's saying hi. And we're zipping up those ribs. One more time, deep breath in, expand the rib cage, soften the belly, bring your breath into your pelvic floor, and exhale, contract, hug your baby, and zip up those ribs. Awesome. As you're breathing like this, now we're going to incorporate head movements. You're going to inhale, open up your rib cage, relax your belly, bring your breath to your pelvic floor. As you exhale, lift your head up from the mat, contracting. Beautiful. Inhale and release. And exhale and contract. Good. And you see her belly stays nice and tight. There's no weird coning or weirdness going on with her belly. This is because she's working her pelvic floor and her core together. And exhale and lift. If this is something that you can do safely and you feel like your core is activated, the next thing we're going to do is add in arms. So lift your arms up over your head. Now, as you exhale and lift your head, you're going to bring your arms down towards your feet, reaching towards your ankles. Inhale, lower, exhale, and reach. Good. Every time you exhale and reach, think of hugging your baby tighter to your body. And exhale and reach. Inhale and lower. And exhale and reach. Hold this position here and breathe. So now all I want you to do is take a nice breath in and exhale and deepen that contraction. And inhale and exhale and deepen that contraction. Beautiful. 2 more. Inhale, exhale, deepen that contraction. And go ahead, inhale and come all the way down. If you need a stretch, you can extend your legs, reach them out, reach your arms up above you, and just let everything hang out. If those exercises felt good, if your body tolerated them well, now you can do the next series that we're doing. We're going to incorporate our legs. So to get started, you want to find a comfortable position. Your arms can be down by your side, on your belly, whatever feels good for you. You're going to take a deep breath in, exhale, activate that deep core, how we've been saying all day, and now you're going to lift one knee up into tabletop position. If this feels good, doesn't cause you any pain, you're going to go ahead and take another deep breath in, exhale and contract your core, then lift your other leg up. So holding this position here, I just want you to inhale and exhale, deepening that contraction of your core. This is a pretty intense exercise, just here holding your legs up. So if this feels good for you, if you feel nice, strong contractions of your belly, your pelvic floor, then you can move on to the next exercise. If you feel like this is very challenging for you, stay here. So, Vanessa, you're going to inhale, drop your heel down with your knee bent. Exhale, bring your leg back up. Inhale, drop your heel down. Exhale, bring it back up. 2 more here. Inhale, exhale and lift. Inhale and lower. Exhale and hold here. Next, let your knee drop out to the side as you inhale. Exhale, bring it back up. Inhale, drop your knee to the side. Exhale, pull it back up. 2 more times on each side. Beautiful, and lift. Here we're getting a little bit more of that hip while we're working on the core and pelvic floor. Beautiful. Last one. Good. Hold it here. If you need a break, go ahead and bring your feet down and relax. There's one more exercise that I want to show you now in this position for just focusing on the core again. We're going to take a deep breath in, engage, bring one knee up, tabletop position. Inhale, Exhale, bring your other foot up into tabletop position. When you're ready, good. From this position, now as you inhale, you're gonna bring your leg down straight. So without the bend of your knee, and then exhale and lift. Inhale, bring it straight. Exhale and lift. If this feels easy for you, you can incorporate your arms. So as you extend your left leg, you're gonna extend your right arm. As you extend your left, you're extending your right leg. Beautiful. And this is pretty much the hardest challenge that is safe right now as far as where Vanessa is in her pregnancy. So we're gonna go ahead and let her relax. Take a couple deep breaths in and just let everything sink in for a minute. The next series of exercises are going to be a bridge series. So we're working on hips and pelvic floor, lifting and lowering. I'm going to give you a lot of cues on engaging your pelvic floor as you lift your hips up. So if you want to think of your pelvic floor as an elevator, when you start to engage your pelvic floor, first you want to close the elevator doors. Then you're tightening your pelvic floor. Every time you tighten, you want to think that you're lifting the elevator up, up, up. You're going to hold it at the top floor, and then you're going to lower, lower, and lower. We're going to do this with bridging, because as you bridge, your hips come up and gravity will help you do that contraction of your pelvic floor. It might sound a little confusing, but I'll walk you through it as we do the exercises, okay? To start, you want to make sure your heels are in line with your bottom. So bring them out just a little bit more. There you go. And we're going to start with a bridge. So the bridge, simply, you're going to take a deep breath in, you're going to exhale, and then you're going to peel yourself off the floor. So tailbone, hips, back, up as high as you're comfortable, and then you're going to lower back down in the reverse that you came up. Good. So now, the next time that you lift those hips up, you're going to turn on the pelvic floor. So go ahead and come back down, and I'm going to walk you through it slowly, okay? So we're going to take a deep breath in. As you exhale, close the elevator doors. As you lift your tailbone up, lift it to the first floor. As you lift your pelvis up to the second floor, your middle back to the third floor, and hold here. Now you're going to lower your back, lower 1 floor, 2 floors, 3 floors. When you relax your bottom, let those elevator doors open. Okay, I know it's confusing. We're going to do it one more time. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, close the elevator doors. Tailbone comes up, you're coming up 1 floor. Pelvis comes up 2 floors. Middle back, 3 floors. If you have a 4th floor, squeeze it up. If not, hold it here. As you lower your back, come down, down, down. When your butt rests down, open up those elevator doors. One more time, okay? Take a nice deep breath in to get ready. Exhale, close your elevator doors, lift up your tailbone, and start lifting that elevator up, 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 up as high as you can. Hold it there if you can, and slowly start lowering the elevator as you lower your hips back down onto the floor. Once your butt is resting on the floor, let those elevator doors open and completely relax your pelvic floor. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this series on connecting to your pelvic floor and core. For more information, you can find me at painlesspregnancy.com.